Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will study the topic organizational structure, an overview of organizational structure, the behavior implications of organizational structure, the factors influencing the design of organizational structure. So let's start with the video lecture. First we will study the organizational structure, their meaning and definitions. An organizational structure is a system that outlines that how the certain activities are directed in order to achieve the goals of organization, and these activities include the rules, roles and responsibilities. And here the organizational structure also determines how the information flow between the levels within the company. For example, in a centralized structure, decision flow from top to bottom, and while in decentralized structure the decision making power is distributed among the various levels of organization. So, having an organizational structure in place allows the companies to remain efficient and focused. Also, about the successful organizational structure defines that each employee's job and how it fits within the overall system. So, this structuring provides the companies with the visual representation of how it is shaped and how it can be best move forward in achieving its goal. So, organizational structures are normally illustrated in some sort of chart or a diagram like a pyramid, where most powerful members of the organization sit at the top, and while who are at the low position or the lower position or having the less power are at the bottom line of the pyramid. Now the next topic is centralized versus the decentralized organizational structure. An organizational system structure can be either centralized or decentralized. Here the centralized structure means that the leadership is defined has a defined chain of command. For example, the military organization which is who is famous for its highly centralized structure with the long and specific hierarchy of superior and subordinates. And there has been a rise in decentralized system nowadays, because of in many startups are now introduced in the economy. So this will allows the companies to remain fast, agile and adaptive with almost every organization receiving a high level of personal agency. Now the next topic is the types of organizational structure. So there are basically four common types of organizational structure, that is functional, first one. Functional is also referred to as a bureaucratic organizational structure, which breaks up the company based on the specialization of its workforce. So most of the small to the medium sized business implements the functional structure, and dividing the firm into the department consisting of marketing, sales, operation, in fact of using the bureaucratic organizational structure. Second type is the divisional or the multi-divisional structure. A company that uses this method of structure, like leadership team based on product, project and subsidiaries they operate. A good example of this structure is Johnson and Johnson. With a thousand of product and line of business, the company structure itself, each business unit operate as its own company with its own president. Next is flat structure, third one. It flattens the hierarchy and chain of command and give its employees a lot of autonomy, that is freedom. Here the companies that uses this type of the structure have the high degree of implementation. Next, the fourth one is the matrix structure. It is the most confusing and the least used. In this structure, the matrix employs across the different superior divisions and departments. An employee working in the matrix company, for example, may have the duties in both sales and customer services. Now, the next topic is behavior implications of organizational structure. The organizational structure is the grouping of people to accomplish the work. It establishes the relationship among the business managers and the workers and giving them an authority to carry out the responsibility. There are different kind of basic configuration may exist, and the organizational structure will shape the employees behavior, which will help the small business owners to choose that one that produces the best work culture for accomplishing her strategic role. That is the first behavior implication is the functional. Mechanist describes the outcome of functional structure. It is characterized It is characterized by the top down power hierarchy, with the decision making authority pushed up to the high as it is practically possible. Many rules exist to keep the things running according to the predictable order, and here the people work together according to the function, and function like a sales people work together on sales. Next implication, behavior implication, is team. So the team structure produces a much freer environment, means there is a lot of autonomy provided to the employees. So this organic structure adopts as needed by using the fluid employees team that takes the charge of the company's goal and project. So authority is decentralized and pushed down to employees who respond by exhibiting initiative, creativity, and enthusiasm. So accordingly, the fewer managers, perhaps only the owner who oversees all of the teams. Next behavior implication is divisional. When the company has a variety of client, so the product lines, variety of clients and product lines and location, so it makes sense to divide the employees into the groups and dedicate groups dedicated to a single concern. So doing this naturally decentralize the power, as each division has the power over its particular concern. Indeed, each division operates as a small business unit in it, and managers respond by learning to behave like a leaders. Next is the matrix behavior implication. The divisional structure creates the unavoidable redundancy, and each division must have its own equipment. For example, company may instead combine the functional and divisional structure in the matrix structure, and functional structure is a permanent, and the divisional managers then pull the employees from across the different functional areas to work in teams on divisional project. Next is the some other conflicts. So both the divisional and functional structure segregate the employees group, which can lead to the conflicting behavior. The employees in different departments may become indifferent, even hostile to the concern of other areas, and putting their own well-being first, even ahead of the companies. And uncooperative behavior results, and interdepartmental coordination may suffer, which may lead to the organizational conflict. Now, the next topic under this is factors influencing the organizational behavior. So, there are the lot of factors which influence the organizational structure. Under this, the first one is strategy. Logically, the structure follows the strategy because organizational structures are built to achieve objectives by implementing the strategies. When the strategy changes, the structure must change. At the corporate level, the strategies are formulated based on the company's mission and strategic goals or objectives. Next is environment. Environment has an impact on decision making, specifically difficulty in making decisions in an uncertain and unpredictable environment. Similarly, the stability and predictability of environment has a direct bearing on the ability of organization to function effectively. Next factor is size of organization. Here the number of employees working in the organization indicates the size. It is observed that a large organization differ structurally from a small one in the terms of division of labor, rules, regulations, performance appraisal, and budgeting procedures. Next factor is age of organization. So with age, and organization incorporates standardized system, procedure, regulations, etc. Like people, organization evolves through the stage of life cycle, like your birth, youth stage, midlife stage, and maturity stage. Next factor is technology. So some kind of technology is used to convert the resources into the output in every organization. Technology includes the knowledge, machinery, work procedure, and material that converts the input to the output. And the technology used to manufacture this product decides the kind of organization for the production system. Next factor is the customer and market. So the organizational structure is also influenced by the type of market, and also the customer it serves. And in the customer responsive environment, there will be One of the primary determining factor of is the structure. If the organization provides the services to a wide variety of clients at various locations, so it will need to have several branches like your banks, post offices, so on. Next factor is the product and services. So, the structure could possibly be based on specific services and products offered. Large and diverse business have independent divisions since they are working with very different products and services. So, in the same way, the post offices has the separate organization for different services it offers, like your mail delivery, parcel delivery, counter services, etc. Next is geography. The geographical spreading of a business influences structure primarily due to the need to be close to the raw material or a consumer. So, where there is a considerable degree of geographical distribution, there is a likely to be a more need for careful coordination and control compared to the single site location. Next factor is the people. So, this is the internal factor. Individual within the company affect the design in many ways. The structure don't simply appears, they are the result of the people's view, beliefs, as well as their way of managing the organization. The structure is also influenced by the kind of jobs and individuals in the company. So, this is all about the organizational structure. Thank you.